Hello, Wojak community. Today is February 18th, 2026, Wednesday. So since we decided to do this CTO, personally, I've been trying to reach out to different platforms such as DexScreener, DexTools, CoinGecko, CMC. Try to ask them to remove the warning label, saying that our beloved OG token is a malicious token. The latest one attack came from, of course, Uniswap, which is, I guess, powered by Blockaid. That's where they get their security information from, and Blockaid flagged us to be malicious. And we were able to get the label removed for about a day, but it was back on again. And I reached out to them. It seems the contract deployer reached out to Blockaid and flagged us as malicious. So I've been trying repeatedly, but with no really positive results. The most promising one came from CoinGecko. They say that they're going to remove the migration slash rebranding announcement for our token after 2 months. But their policy is that, during the migration period, which is 2 months, there's nothing they can do for us. So it seems like everything hinges on the contract deployer. And, the reason that we wanted to do the CTO in the first place was because the contract deployer spoke in the original Wojak chat group in Telegram, saying that he was willing to support a CTO effort and ask people, whoever wants to do it for the 0x50 contract, reach out to him. And, at that time, I reluctantly took the lead because, I don't want to see the rest of the community really lose out. I mean, most of the community, the people who hold OX50 token, they probably, just purchased the token and put it in their wallet and forgot about it. And they probably never even knew about this migration effort. So, over the past week or so, I've also got in touch with the contract deployer of the 0x50 and asked him about the support for the CTO. But the answer I got back is very discouraging. He said that he doesn't want to cause any confusion in the future, so he decided to not to support our effort of CTO. So it's disheartening, of course, to say the least, because it seems from all my investigation, we really do need the deployer of the contract in order to remove any of the warning labels. And if we don't, potentially these platforms can keep these warning labels on their site for a long time, I never knew that the contract deployers have so much sway on the platforms. I mean, to me, I thought that it's a decentralized space. Who cares who owns the contract, who deployed the contract? I mean, it's been running flawlessly for 3 years, and it's going to run for another 74. It's kind of like saying, oh, we need the Satoshi Nakamoto to make any decisions on Bitcoin right now, which is absurd, of course. But I guess, technically, we can still bootstrap everything and just keep going, but we do need these platforms. Otherwise, whenever someone trying to purchase any tokens, our 0x50 contract, they see these warnings, it's going to scare them off. Either that or, if any of the community, if you know anybody who is a big influencer in the crypto space, maybe ask them to reach out to these platforms to make the change. For the past 2 videos, I've been talking about really the problem with our meme space is just too much infighting and division and backstabbing. I wish that's not the case, but it seems to be the reality we're dealing with. I saw one of the community members, he has the avatar as the picture of Shane McMahon, the son of Vince McMahon, the owner of WWE. And I would assume that if Shane knows our situation, I think he can truly identify with our dilemma here. Here, about 15 years ago, he tried to convince his dad, Vince McMahon, to buy UFC, and at that time they would have bought UFC at a very cheap price, maybe like $200 million. And WWE could own it all, own UFC and wrestling market. But Vince McMahon didn't believe his son, didn't agree with his son, and he decided to not go with this deal. And Shane, despite his conviction, he couldn't make any decisions because WWE was wholly controlled by his father. So there's nothing that he could have done except to leave the company, and he turned out to be exactly right. 15 years later, WWE did merge with UFC, although at a much worse deal than, they would have done 15 years ago. So Vince was proved wrong and Shane was proved right. But because of the stubbornness, I guess, of Vince McMahon and this narrow vision that he had, not only he lost this golden business opportunity to acquire UFC at a very cheap price, he also lost a beloved son, someone who has integrity, someone who has, who really put the WWE organization as his number one priority. He did everything really for his father and for the organization. It's unfortunate that, in crypto, even though a lot of people, we admire characters like Shane McMahon, but I think more often than not, we encounter people who act like Vince McMahon, who have their own vision and they're ruthless enough to do anything to achieve their vision, their goal, and they would sacrifice, the rest of people who have been supporting them for years, even their family members, in order to go their own way. So, but again, I'm gonna spend the next couple of days just thinking about what can we do to counter, to circumnavigate this dilemma we're in. The good thing for us is that we still have the assets. We still have Wojak.io. We still have the community. And we just need to forge a unified strategy on what to do forward. So let's just stay put for now. Okay? Thank you guys again for listening to me babbling. We'll see you tomorrow.